Welcome back to Mark Holubit's Vlog, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Today we have a great day. You know, last couple of weeks ago, we were invited to a special unveiling of a brand new Lamborghini. Sadly, it didn't make it last couple of weeks. It was, it didn't show up. There were some logistics issues, so it got bumped. So here we are. We're going to head down to Calgary. We've got about a 3-hour drive to get down there, but we're going to head in the wagon and make our way. So Greta and I are going to go take a look at this new Lamborghini. So you're definitely going to want to join in and see what this thing's all about, guys. Let's go.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think probably I would rate it as one of the most reliable, I think, supercars out there is a Huracan, yeah.
Well, absolutely.
So we just got back from Lamborghini Calgary. Now, first of all, I have to start out by saying thanks, Joel. He was actually a great facilitator. He showed the car. He spent a lot of time with us, and he's very, very down to earth. And you know what? Truly a great person. And you know, we actually had a lot of great car talk. And so, thanks, Joel, for actually showing me the car. And the car we're talking about is the Huracan STO. Do you guys remember a few years back with the Lamborghini STO Elemento? That's a car that a lot of folks haven't actually heard of before, and partially because it's not a street legal car. It was essentially a souped up, hot rodded version of a Lamborghini Gallardo, an LP 570-4. That's more or less what it was, but they took all the body and the weight, and they had actually Boeing get involved and actually built a car that was super light. And because it was so light, it wasn't much more than a motorcycle weight, and the car was blisteringly fast. And it was because of that weight or lack thereof that the car was legendary. But it is a track car because it has plastic lights, fake lights. It doesn't even have proper roll-up windows. The seating isn't proper. The whole car was basically designed for the racetrack. But when I sat in the STO today, I will tell you that's actually a lot what it felt like. The STO actually felt a lot like, and actually if you look at the back of the STO, it looks a lot like the STO Elemento. It's got the slatted louvers over the rear window, and looking out the back of the STO when you're inside from the cockpit, it's actually very, very hard to see through because it's full of slats and wings and all kinds of other fun things. So it feels very, very racy. Now, I know there's a few sets of seats available, and Joel made mention that there's 3 sets. One that's kind of your comfort type seat. There's another one that's essentially like a sport seat, and then yet one more that's just strictly pretty much race seat, and it's like sitting on a plywood bench. So it's very, very cool to see. So this Huracan STO, great car. I love the spec of it. Had some great interior finishing. Alcantara throughout. Wherever there wasn't Alcantara, there was carbon fiber, and there was contrasting stitching throughout. The car was absolutely breathtaking. The interior, the exterior, absolutely gorgeous car. Certainly something that's definitely worth a look. If you want something kind of the latest and the greatest, and you want the hottest of the breed, that's the car you want, is the STO. But that now brings me to another point, is, you know, after having some, you know, looking around there, and of course I've been to many other dealers here recently, from Ford to BMW to Lamborghini and many other dealers, and I've talked to many dealers, and actually what's starting to happen out there is cars are no longer available. Stock is way down, prices are going up, and it's hard to find these exotics. So now most of you guys probably know, you saw that I sold my Lamborghini here a couple of weeks back, and in a lot of ways I regret it, and even more starting to regret it even today. Why is that? Well, the plan was to sell a Gallardo and then move into something else, looking at maybe the next level of Lamborghini, possibly a McLaren, maybe even a Ferrari. I don't know yet. We've been looking around and looking at some cars. However, the problem is now stock is way down. Ever since I've sold my car, I've looked on the Auto Trader, I've checked Kijiji, I've checked all of the local classifieds, and what's happening is inventory, stock, personal sales, dealer sales, all going away. Dealers don't have stock. Even the dealer salespeople don't even have cars to sell anymore. It's becoming a very bleak situation. Part of it is essentially just the hustle bustle. People are spending money because they can't travel, so they have extra cash. So they're buying these cars as extra toys just to have around. Some of it too is the new cars now. There's some of those chips that belong in these cars that are no longer available. And because some of these critical electronic components are no longer available, car production is actually pretty much halted in a lot of cases. Manufacturers aren't able to sell the cars that they would like to. And what that does is create all kinds of backlog. So you have new car sales down and slumped because they don't have the new vehicles available because they've stopped on the assembly line because of supply chain issues and lack of getting these electronic components. And then the used car market is now also equally hot, if not hotter, because now, maybe you've got the money and you want a new car or you want that exotic or whatever. You can't find it. So you're going to the used market. And so now everything on the used market is starting to get snatched up. So this is getting a little bit interesting and keeping me on my toes, because now my options are going down and they're dwindling by every single day. So this is where it's getting kind of really dodgy. So I even talked to another local supercar retailer, and they sell all kinds of different random cars. They had some really interesting machines, like, for example, the new Ford GT. They had a McLaren 720 in there. They have all kinds of Porsches and Ferraris and things. And even they said the same thing. They said they're flying by the seat of their pants and they're grabbing whatever inventory they can get their hands on because that is no longer available. Cars are basically dwindling by the day. And what I would say is there's two things going on here. One is, of course, all these issues with supply chain and low volume and backlog in sales for new sales and all the lack of selection on the used car market. And the other flip side is if you don't hurry up and pick something quickly, what's starting to happen, you've heard what's going on with Lamborghini, and they're actually getting rid of the internal combustion engine. And by 2025, I would expect almost pure electric. And so I get it. Supercars and exotics aren't for everybody. For those people, though, those enthusiasts that want to buy these cars, I can't emphasize enough that inventory is almost disappearing right beneath our feet. And if you've ever thought about buying yourself a used Ferrari, McLaren, Lamborghini, maybe a Ford, any of these premium supercars, the inventory is dwindling very quickly. And that leaves us all in a lurch. That leaves us in a position where we feel like we have to scramble, maybe settle for second best. Possibly, we definitely won't get the best buying power because it's certainly a seller's market right now. And so you almost have to be willing to pay over sticker or a little bit over what a lot of people are paying. And there's sometimes it becomes almost a bidding war, or there's just a scenario where you just want to hurry up and get the deal done and the seller just wants to hold strong and you just want to get it done, so you'll pay kind of whatever they want. So I can't emphasize enough, be careful with that, don't get sucked in. However, it is a really, really volatile time, everybody. And I know I've been looking and it's starting to scramble a little bit. I mean, like I said, eventually people start selling their cars, yes. But still, it's sort of one of those situations where you just feel like, if you're trying to get your hands on something, you can't find it. You're sort of forced to just sit and wait. And who knows, waiting game might work and might not. It's such an oddball time, unprecedented time, that we don't even know what to predict. Even the people in the business don't really know what to expect out of this arrangement. Either way, but it was really, really interesting. I also saw something, I'm not going to share it today, but in the future sometime soon, you guys will be hearing what I saw. There was something really, really interesting that I found at the dealer. Now, of course, it's one of those situations, I'm not going to talk about it today. I will say, though, for this and all intents and purposes, it makes a Lamborghini SVJ look like a Honda Accord. So truly, it is a stunner. So wait, you're definitely going to want to see in future days. So either way, everybody, just a very, very interesting time. And again, if you're looking for a Lamborghini new or used and you're in Western Canada anywhere, be sure to give Joel a call over at Calgary Lamborghini. Great guy, great dealership. Hope to see you guys real soon. Catch you then. Bye-bye.